Right Through the Arts is a documentary series on celebrated South African artists. Each episode follows an artist's creative journey, challenging them to not only produce a work in an unfamiliar medium, but also to do it in just 5 days. By following the process that unfolds, viewers are given a unique insight into how artists think and work in a particular medium, and how contemporary South African art is an integral part of conversations about the world around us. When we arrive in Cape Town to meet the twin brothers Hasan and Husain Essop, it's the start of Ramadan. During this month, Muslims fast during daylight hours and eat only before sunrise and after sunset. We have challenged Hasan and Husain to make a 3-minute film that explores the role of religion in their lives.
Hi, this is day one. We are starting off the documentary at the Michaela School of Fine Arts. We're here to hand in our postgraduate, our entry form, or it's basically an application for our postgraduate diploma in art for next year.
Hasan and Husain recently graduated from the Michaela School of Art at the University of Cape Town. They are the first twins to get the same fine arts degree. Hasan majored in printmaking, while Husain specialized in photography. In their short careers to date, they are already exhibiting their photographs internationally.
Our postgrad is going to be 1 year where we're collaborating together. So this is kind of an example of us working together. And then this is a portfolio.
Both of yours?
Yes.
The brothers work in photography that have them performing in the photographs.
So do you want to tell me how you're going to be working together and how it's going to work?
Our intention is to use the postgraduate diploma as a foundation to enhance our work method, a method that we have formulated during our collaborative experiences. But you'll see also in the portfolio is that we work together. All the images consist of Husain and I.
But they know you as well.
Yeah, and they know the work too. So I think it will be interesting to see, and I hope they're open to new ground.
Maybe we'll be the next Chapman brothers, you never know.
Yeah.
The twins bump into an old friend, Michelle, who also studied fine art at Michaelis with them.
So you guys are going on SABC?
They're doing a program right through the arts where they commission artists to make a 3-minute film, and then they document basically the creative process of
It's cool, we get to work outside our medium.
Yeah, that's what the whole point is, to do it
so
outside
we
the
plan
medium.
to do a 3-minute film. She wrote a monograph on us last year, and it's basically a kind of a project or a small book about artists that hasn't been written about.
I suppose everyone kind of needs someone to explain what's going on.
Yeah, a lot of time if you come to understand that artists don't speak much about their work.
I think it's very hard for artists to talk about their own work. I don't know why.
Michelle was, I can say, he was the first person to write anything about us theoretically.
I was looking at Hasan and Husain because I found there was a lot of opposites but similarities between them because they're twins, and their work was kind of reflecting different perspectives of Islamic art and living in South Africa. But also they had something worth saying as well. It wasn't just, they weren't just there. They had like an important message to say through their medium.
Hasan and Husain decide to take us to an abandoned car they found. They're thinking about integrating it into the work for their challenge. This is part of how their creative process works, looking and re-looking at the world around them, and thinking about how they can integrate what they find into their art.
When we first thought of the shot, this Mini Cooper was parked in the center. The window was still intact. There wasn't any tags on the car. It still looked. It was messed up. It was immobile, but we thought it would be the perfect setting for the shot that we wanted to do. We thought of making 2 works that was speaking about music within Cape Town, music that we can relate to. So we drew upon specifically the Klopse, the Koen Carnival, that happens annually, and Kavali, which is a traditional music that we've been brought up with, or my parents were.
But there's so many things that gets highlighted with these two photographs. One being the way Islam came to Cape Town, and how it was spread within Cape Town amongst the slaves. They couldn't really practice the religion, so they used to practice the religion through song. And the Qawwali for us represents that.
It wasn't done separately. We both were involved in each photograph, and just our single names were put onto the photographs at the end of the day. But I think all our works, we can't hide that collaborative aspect. You know, it's the key component in producing the works. And even though Qawwali, there's only me in the picture, I think still the Husain forms a large role in just how that picture
My
comes
presence
out
being the photographer, you don't see it, but it's there.
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah.
They were connected, the two were connected by the instruments.
So the two photographs became twins in a sense. Yeah. We use clothing and costumes in our work because that's the only the only thing that separates us from the multiplicity that happens within our photographs.
All the layering, it's nice to kind of represent that layering aspect to our work by wearing different costumes. So it highlights the different characters. The costumes also allow us to take on different personas, different stereotypes,
Exactly.
which is quite useful or within the visual language or what we're trying to say. I think since primary school, high school, we decided no, we're stopping our mother from dressing us the same. We were tired of that. We didn't want to look the same anymore. So we kind of dug deep into ourselves to find out who we are as individuals and finding our own personalities. And I think the clothing represented that the best. What he wore represented his personality and what I wore represented mine.
And I think that's why we read so deeply into it.
But it also helped people define or differentiate who we are, because people still couldn't tell the difference. So by dressing differently, help people know who we are as twins, which one is Hasan and which one is Husain.
Subconsciously, popular culture, they sell this to us, you know. I think with any youth, with any person, everyone is faced with today with popular fashion, and we want to feel part of the bigger society, the bigger picture. And consuming in different brands, it makes us feel better to some extent, where we fall part of a certain class and so forth. So I think that's also what we're trying to touch within our work, that there is that different class society. That
our parents and art was concerned, where we went to Alexander Sinton High School, with the reason being it was the only school within our area that offered art. So,
and they knew we were very, very passionate about it, because from a young age we used to love drawing comics.
The twins hear the azan, which means it's time for the Zuhr Salah, the midday prayer.
The adhan is going off, so it's time for Zuhr,
1
and
o'clock.
we'll be seeing you just now. Okay. Our intention for this program is to create a 3-minute work of art, specifically a film that includes or deals with us making wudu, or the act of wudu, which is the act of cleansing oneself before prayer. Cleansing oneself mentally, but also physically. It's a kind of ritualistic act where you start off by washing your hands, gargling your mouth, rinsing your nose.
Speak louder.
Washing your face, your arms, making masa or washing the head and your feet. It kind of prepares you for prayer, but also cleanses yourself from the daily or
Your daily routines. I think it's more of creating that symbology of what Muslims today, a ritual that has been performed for hundreds and hundreds of years, how it can help oneself in such a how it can help oneself in such a, you know, ever-changing lifestyle.
Day 2. Having breakfast. 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's time for Soa, a small meal before Fajr Salah, a call to prayer and to stop eating before sunrise.
Always when you think of God, there's that idea of death and life after death, and that when it's basically a reward, you know, you're enriching yourself, or you're preparing yourself for the life after and so forth. Or that's how we feel, that's how I feel, that by following this way of life, I'm empowering myself and preparing myself. To Deco Edge, the best stationery shop.
Before they start the brainstorm for their artwork, the twins head off to get some materials.
nice day. Okay.
I think we are going.
It's a relief to know what we're going to be doing, what our medium is, working with film.
And we are going with the Udu ritual, so that will be basically the basis of
the framework of the film.
Next stop is the Goodman Gallery Cape in Woodstock.
So hopefully we can come up with a strong 3-minute film that actually deals with relevant issues today. Ish, cookies, paper. Okay, let's start with one piece here.
So our idea, work on the side.
No, it's nice and bright here.
Okay, write your ideas down.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna try to make a mind map of this film. We're gonna start off with writing Udu in the center and trying to branch off notebook.
I think also what we should do in a moment's time is even go Google and see what we can get out of it.
On the net, yeah, that's a good idea.
I think this video now is not only about Udu, but how different things people may face in life. And like our work, we have a split between.
Yeah, I prefer the shots to be much closer than that. Also to capture that mouthful of water you're gonna put into your mouth. So let's highlight that. Udu being seen as a protection against evil. That's also very important. So what we're trying to research here is the meanings of the prayers. While you're performing Udu, you have to recite certain prayers. So we want to see how we can relate the meanings or incorporate the meanings of these prayers within the film. So far, we've come up with the idea of we liked what you suggested with this split screen. Hasan also thought that the split screen will work perfectly, seeing that we are twins and we can kind of show these two scenes depicting two different actions.
While brainstorming, childhood friend Yasin arrives to talk to us about their time growing up together.
Ah, Yasin bhai. Hello.
At the age of probably, 9 years old, I moved in next door and I saw these two boys just playing next door and I thought, okay, cool, I also want to play some cricket with it. And that's how we basically met. They both had the same jerseys, I'll never forget that. And yeah, ever since then it just like clicked and we always did everything together. We were really just boys, independent boys who used to run around the area and knew everybody and just had a lot of fun, man. I think their work really is brilliant. I'm not just saying so. I really like their work, you know. I mean, I think how I see it is our world today and our influence as we've grown up, basically. Yeah, we stayed in Rylands, Mercer Street.
The community there was,
it was very close.
Everyone knew each other.
Knew everybody. But that world was an amazing world. I think it's made us a lot who we are today. There was a lot of influences, like the people and the gangsters and stuff and everything. But we were just so nonchalant about it. It was, we didn't care about them. We didn't want to be those dudes in the corners. We just wanted to have fun, basically, create. That's all we really did.
After a long brainstorm on their first day of fasting, the brothers let us in on the day that has been.
What are we gonna do tomorrow? I'm so hungry. But I am really worried about tomorrow. I just hope we have enough time. And we start videoing and the weather, most importantly, that it doesn't rain. Get some sun in our face. Yeah, man, we need to start shooting. I think I'll start feeling better once we start filming. That's the main thing. I won't even feel the hunger tomorrow if we start filming. The worry is we have a split screen, so there's two kind of films we have to worry about. We have to worry about the one film and we have to worry about footage for the other in order for both of them to be a success, and then the editing process as well. But I think where editing is concerned, that will be the fun part to the whole art piece itself.
I don't know, I think I am take a lot of things seriously. It takes a lot of me to see the human things. I don't know, I just got a strange sense of humor, I think, and I think that's what makes me more serious than Husain. And yeah. Today it's like, I think a lot with the creative process between Husain and I. Husain does do a lot more of the talking. I think the input that I give is more you know, precise and very assertive in a sense, where Husain's creative process is that dialogue, you know, it helps him a lot to find what he's trying to say and so forth. So I think generally when we are being creative, Hussein does do a lot more of the talking. I would just give my input here and there, and I think that would inspire him and kind of conclude what he's trying to say. Everything for what's been happening now is, you know, it's totally new for us. We're loving it, but also, you know, we are trained. I think if it was a normal day with us being able to eat and, you know, indulge in what we would normally do, I think it's also, you know, you spend 11 months of the year like that, so you're in that routine. Now you've been taken out of that routine and still giving to be creative. I think, you know, we've been faced with a lot of challenges. I think the outcome of it was very successful. We know the split screen was a breakthrough. I think that's going to help us a lot. And, you know, also relating it to our work with the opposite opposing versus each other. And tomorrow is going to be really, really challenging, because that's when we are going to be faced with the practicality and how we're really going to be exploring film as a medium.
We ask Hasan's girlfriend, Tasneem, what she thinks about the brothers' art and about their similarities and differences.
This is Tasneem Chothia, my future to be fiance. And yeah, she's basically my best friend, a partner to share all this creative madness with. Someone who's in a complete different area, very business orientated. But I think that's a challenge between us two and something exciting Tasneem brings to our relationship.
For me, they're different people. I mean, often people think twins, they think, okay, they are Hasan and Husain, where they are individuals, they are very different. So I think they're completely different. For them to have achieved what they have so far, it's amazing. I think it is a challenge, definitely. It's something where you wonder every month, I mean, is something going to sell? Because speaking to the two of them as well, I've learned a lot about it, where you find that 1 month you can be the hot stuff and the next month there's nothing. There's not a lot of people that you know that has that profession, and even less that are good at it.
And what do you think of their work?
I think it's controversial, it's fresh. When you look at it, there's so many things that it sparks. And the fact that they aren't afraid to stir up different emotions, I think that's also amazing, where you'll see people think art, they'll think maybe pretty painting, so they're sort of opening lots of different doors for people to try new things.
It's almost time to break the fast. At home in Athlone, the twins' mother is busy preparing Ishtar dinner for the family.
A lot of photographs that we do shoot and a lot of the work that we produce, we always think about, you know, will our parents agree with this? Would they like it, and so forth? And we'll always go back to them and always ask them, you know, Ma, do you like this? And what do you think about it? And she'll give her opinion. And even though she's not well educated within the arts, but she still has that sixth sense, you know, and she will always,
Exactly.
What I love about her is that she won't only say she likes it because we are children, you know, she stands fit with, she will consider certain factors, and even if she doesn't like it, she'll say, no, I don't like this, and, you know, and she's not biased and so forth. And that's what,
I mean, a mother wants the best for you. I mean, no mother wants to harm their child. She only wants what's best for us. So we use her advice. I mean, if she says something that she doesn't like something, even if we loved it for a year or two, we will let it go, you know, just because we don't have her blessing and the importance of her blessing.
Their passion was always art, always. I mean, and like I said, it was more the sketching. To me, I thought they're going to have paint and brushes there. I didn't expect this. they understand it better than what I do.
But what do Mommy think about our faces being on the pictures? You know, we're using our faces.
No, I'm happy with that because I feel if there's ever criticism or something, it's at least is them, you know? It's not anybody else.
So we can take that judgment.
Yeah, and then I don't mind them being criticized or, you know, like people saying, I wouldn't want somebody else to be on it and being criticized. So I'm fine with that. In fact, I really would like them to do that all the time.
To use themselves.
Yeah, to use themselves, yeah.
What do you think about the stuff we say in our work, like the message within our work?
I
Like
know.
what are we saying?
I think that is why I didn't stop them. If I didn't like it, they would have been stopped long ago. Believe me, I would have put a stop to it long ago. But, I mean, they're sending out a good message, especially to the youngsters these days, you know, it's such a worry.
This is my fiance, Zaira Musa.
Fine, Essop? Fine, thank you very much.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, Zaira normally comes this time of the day to help my mother, which is quite nice. So she ends up helping my mother.
Wow, we
Mother
must
doesn't
put
have to work alone in the kitchen. This is my beautiful sister Zinat. Zinat Essop. Come here. Helping mommy with the food.
This is really good.
Because in the end, I mean, who else do you have but your family? And I mean, so far we've went through a few rough patches, and the people that really stood by us was our family, was our mother, was our father. And I mean, the sacrifices they went through just so we could have a better education, a better life. That alone, I mean, is enough to show you the importance of family, the importance of parents, and
A love that you'll never experience with anyone else.
an
besides
unconditional love that you experience.
At their age, what they've accomplished, really. They're making history. Very proud.
It's day 3 of the challenge. Today, Hasan and Husain will start filming their new artwork.
Hello, what are you all doing here? I can tell you a story, you know. When I started my fish shop, yeah, I had a wall there, and you know, to give it a fish theme, I thought I'm gonna let them paint me a fish or two, and they came by. They said, "No man, let's make it into a scene, you know, like a, I don't know what you call the art terms for this, a mural. That's the word." And it turned out very beautifully. It became a total conversation point. A total conversation point in the store. Everybody that came into the store tried to identify something of themselves on the picture, like the old fish market in District 6, like the old docks in Cape Town, you know, that kind of thing. And it was done with a number of other stuff and their own ideas that they put together. But what is so great is the bargain that I got, a couple of Coca-Colas and a Gatsby or two, and you know.
And that's what you paid.
And that's what I paid them. So if people think they're buying art bargains, I bought the art bargain of the century.
Day 3, starting, just packing out the stuff, getting the stuff together. Hopefully we can start shooting our 3-minute film. What we have to do now is get permission at BBR Mosque for us to be able to use the wudu khana or the wudu facilities for the main shot or the main part of the split screen. And once that is done, we're going to try to go around Cape Town and get some cutaways for the right side of the split screen, which would be the chaotic side. We've got a nice camera here, so hopefully we can get some nice footage with this, but we have another camera as well. So we're going to play with kind of good quality and bad quality. Hopefully that will work with
Not even necessarily bad quality, it's just
the grain. Nice cream kurta. You will see within the shot how it will fit or tie in with the surroundings.
We decided that for the split screen, Husain is going to be doing the so-called peace shot where he's performing the wudu, and I'll probably film Husain, and maybe someone professionally could help with different angles. And with the chaotic scene, Husain is going to be, I think, doing a lot of the filming me. So I'll be interacting with the surrounding on a chaotic way.
Yeah, in a chaotic way. Yeah.
We are going to the Habibia Sufi Mosque. Before they can film, the twins have to ask the imam for permission to use the ablution room.
This is one of the, I think there are a few Sufi masjids, but this is one of the main ones. They also recently celebrated their 100th birthday. A lot of the Rylands people in the Rylands community attend this mosque. He's not yet here. He'll only be here, hopefully, for the Zuhr prayer. So by that time, we'll be able to speak to him and ask him permission. No, the Imam was very happy to see me, and I was very happy to see him. And I asked the Imam if he could have permission to use the wudu facilities upstairs, and that there will be 2 women with us. And if they could also accompany us, if they cover their hair and cover their aura. So he said there's no problem at all, and he was very happy to hear that we're using the mosque and exposing, giving the mosque a good exposure. I just want to start shooting. I think that will calm my nerves down. So let's sit up.
While Hussein has experience with using a video camera, he has never used one to make an artwork. In spite of this, the brothers have decided to shoot the footage themselves, with our crew providing only basic assistance.
We have such a long relationship with this mosque. I think it added to the success of the shot that we had this sense of comfort with the building.
After being shown how to use the camera, the twins immediately do a practice run.
Our objective was to have a peaceful, tranquil scene, and I think it really was that, just performing that ritual.
Hasan and Husain watch their initial effort to see if they are on the right track.
I tried to predict when to zoom and zoom out in. I think
I like the amount of takes we had.
Yeah.
We did a few good takes, nice close-ups, nice slow-mos, brilliant sound with the water, and we can see now already by doing this more ideas are coming.
Definitely.
We're thinking already what we can just approach. The sun is shining even brighter, and I'm hoping we can work on a time schedule now. So it's 2:45.
Hopefully by 3.
We can do one more take now.
Yeah.
And by 3 o'clock we can
go.
Hopefully be on our way. But don't be nervous. A camera is not that difficult to work.
I'm not nervous.
So when you're gonna be videoing, right? This is you. Let go. This is you. Watch your footing first. Don't look in the camera, and you're not watching where you're walking.
I'm gonna use the LCD screen.
But I'm saying, watch your feet first before you watch the camera, right? Then, when you're moving around, look how I'm positioning my arm on your knee. Show me how you're gonna come in.
Just completed the wudu shot. I think it went very well. We were blessed with a beautiful light, and I think the help from the whole crew really made us get the full potential of what we wanted to achieve.
I feel it did go very well, and we got some interesting footage, interesting angles. I feel very clean now. We got some good audio as well. So hopefully we can use the rest of this beautiful day. We're planning to take a drive to observatory. Okay, we have some interesting shots that we want to take there, just one shot, and then take a drive to the quarry to get some dark shots within this tunnel.
I think we can also get that sunset time.
Yes.
We might be late for breaking the fast tonight.
But
I think this whole week we kind of made, there's an exception that it's part of the work.
But not only that, I mean, today is such a nice day. We rather use it to its full potential and sacrifice our breaking
not even
our
a
fast.
sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, we're having so much fun doing this, and I must say, being with everybody, we are learning more and more each day, and hopefully we can push it and create a beautiful 3-minute film.
Wait.
As we head outside, it's time for Hasan to perform his role in front of the camera.
But if you can get a close-up of me screaming that, like, cut my clothing. Don't see
He's
my
just
clothing.
doing your
That's what
mouth.
it- Yeah.
Well, your
Because
lips.
that. Ready?
No. Okay.
No! Got it. It's end of day 3. The hunger is getting a bit to me. But this beautiful sunset, I think, it's just
Enough to take your mind off things.
take your mind off anything. I think it's a real blessing that we get to see something like this. You know, I don't know why all of Cape Townians are artists, because we get to see something so magnificent every day. Day 4, and we're very excited. Another beautiful day.
Happy day.
And we had some brilliant footage yesterday, and hopefully we can get the same footage today. And, what we're gonna do now is take you around our area, our place of birth, and the places we grew up in.
Go left, Hedwig.
Memories dear to us. This is our house where we were born in, number 8 Mercer Street, Rylands Estate. Yeah, no, this was really nice. Nice growing up here. Good memories, yeah. No, in nursery school, yeah, we obviously together. It was all just one big class. And then in primary school, in Sub A, we were in the same class, and in Sub B, they put us in the wrong class. I was supposed to go to one class, and I was not supposed to go to another, and then they swapped us.
They just said
And
we must stay there
stay
because
separated,
it caused
yeah.
them so much misery.
That they were getting confused, and the teachers were getting very upset
There was
about
another
it.
set of twins there also, but they also
Tried to be together.
Yeah, and we thought that was very funny because we wanted to be different
apart,
classes.
yeah, kind of. But the moment we hit standard 6, we were in the same class.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matric. And I think we were matured enough to know, okay, yeah, we can be together now. We don't need to be separated. Yeah, I'm very thirsty because I've picked up a little cold in the beginning of the week. So my nose has been running and my throat has been a bit scratchy, and my ears has been popping now and then. But you forget about it, and then the thirst passes. Husain is indeed thought. Your voice is boring me. Put some energy in your voice, man.
It's tired. It's fun. It's nice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use it. I'll
what?
tell him, man.
Imagine the poor viewers must be listening to this. Here are these guys. What's wrong? I'll leave you alone. That's why I'm not saying anything.
You're not saying anything exactly. Say that again. You're not saying anything.
You retarded, man. Technically, you stupid.
You stupid.
Shit. I'm too cocky with me all the time.
You have to get Mama Africa. Look how you're walking on the...
Yeah, I must keep the camera like
Yes.
this. No, don't be stupid. We're just taking a walk down Long Street, hoping to capture some footage we can use for the phone.
Why I think that we had to come down is that when a consumer, looking at, we're all consumers in this world of, with all these shops and so forth, and all the tactics that these shops use to catch the consumer's eyes, it's all those visual tactics, those alcohol billboards, it's all those seductive visual language. I think that's what we wanted to capture in the chaos, because that's what we're trying to say, that we are challenged with, It might not seem as an obstacle to some, but for us, we look at it, we're human, we are seduced by it, but it's up to us and our mind to say no, we challenge it to say we don't agree with it's seductive.
it's seduction, and you know, we fight against it. Now it's just we're trying to use some audio, and now being conscious of audio, we're hearing sounds that we didn't hear before. So we're excited to see how we're going to use the audio within this film. I'm going to try to get a close-up, hopefully, of this sign. Palm tree and Bob. And Bob's bar. This earphones is going to fall. Go. The juxtaposition between the palm tree mosque on the one side and Bob's bar. The same how our split screen is going to be peace and chaos. So we're kind of trying to work along those lines. The adult world sign looks really cool. So I think if we're only going to use that out of today's strip, it's still worth it. So what next?
We decide to meet some more of the Essop's friends and other people from their community. In a place where creative professions are not hugely respected, the twins have managed to make a positive impact and gained respect from most of their community.
Navavi Mustafa.
What do you do?
I'm a salesman.
Salesman. So...
Is this Hussein Bug?
Yeah, Hussein.
And so how were you introduced to the art world, or do you have any art background?
Well, I don't have an art background, but I was introduced by Hasan and Husain. And yeah, basically, that's where I came about knowing about the art world and stuff.
Something that was interesting for me was when they were students and conversations I had with Hasan were around the level of respect of what they had chosen as their career path within their own communities.
You say you were involved with the photographs.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Well, I thought it was quite different to what normally you see around, because the different aspects of the work and how they involve themselves, only them two, in the photos itself. It's kind of crazy, and it draws a lot of attention because they deal with real life issues as well.
And I think that perhaps now they are gaining respect from their various communities.
Hasan and Husain, I know now for a long years. They came here as Navavi's friends, and they're still here today. I've seen them grow into the field that they're in there. They're doing very well. Their work is excellent. A friend of mine who also saw their work, she told me they can just do more, build whatever. I think you must cut it stuck out and then
The tension and conflict of who they are and where they stand in both the local and the global community.
Even when you used to come show me your art that you did, your photo shoots and stuff like that, I could see now you're going places with it because it's excellent stuff.
It's day 5. Hasan and Husain are not off to a very good start. They're struggling with the editing, and their inexperience in the medium is setting them back.
Then must be sure when it's done, because if there's changes, and then you have to come back here and come.
You see, because there's that footage from Deer Park.
That one in there, that's shot in home, it's not shot in high definition. Yeah.
But I'm saying don't put the Deer Park in there. If he says don't put it in, then don't put it in.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the thing is, we have to see all the footage, man. Because some footage I remember and some I don't. So even to start this one is also going to be tricky.
Now we start with the hands. I say we start with the hands. We do the hands finish. We do the mouth.
No, but you see, the story is like he's opening the tap, so water's coming out. That's a good opening. Where this one, we have to start it where the hand is doing an action, man. It's opening an action.
Hasan and Husain eventually work out a plan they feel will work, and are soon more confident about what they are doing. Not long afterwards, the editing process is back on track.
It's 5 o'clock, no, it's 5:45. And we kind of only started now, so day 5 has started for us now only. And what we have to do, we're still exporting footage to a low definition kind of, footage. I don't know how to say that. I'm still trying to learn the lingo. But yeah, we still have to export footage. And that's going to take about 3 hours. And we're going to break fast at 6:30. And then we have to make our night prayer, which is only end at 9:30. So only at 9:30 can we come back here and really start editing. So our day will only start at 9:30, really, where the editing is concerned. So we're going to try to clock in a lot of hours after 9:30 and then come in early tomorrow to kind of finalize our editing process. I think we're trying to convince ourselves, really, and the audience that, you know, we're not cheating you guys, that we are trying to stay true. It was just sad that the delay was so hectic today.
And the complications with the high definition.
High definition. I mean, Yasin said it clearly, like if we shot just with the normal camera, everything would have went smoothly, but I think now...
but the quality is going to aid us at the end of the day.
Yeah, in the end of the day, we had to go through this kind of complication to get the quality we want.
That's nice.
That's hard.
That's nice.
After a very long night and much effort to get the editing done within the deadline, Hasan and Husain are feeling ready to present their 3-minute short film to the judges.
In the name of Allah, all praises are due to Allah. Oh Allah, forgive me my sins and give me abundance in my home and grant me blessings in my sustenance. O Allah, make me among the repenters and among those who are clean and pure.
When an artist puts a work on public display, it invites comments and criticism. We asked 3 well-respected critics what they thought about Half of Faith.
Well, I thought the sound was really beautiful. Like the sound of the water throughout the whole thing was really, really effective.
And the idea of the 2-panel projection, the video 2 panels, you know, your eye sort of focuses on one at a time. So you're kind of like fighting between the one and the other. So you either experience the good, and then switch over to the bad, which is, I don't know, in a way for me kind of difficult.
It was a nice play between bad and good, opposites.
Another thing that I saw in that was strong for me is the way they managed to sort of introduce flat imagery, static imagery, while incorporating video.
And also I think it was, I'm not sure whether this was intentional or not, but to have fire for me next to water and cleansing, and that both of those things, water and fire, are ways of cleansing.
It's not very open-ended. It's good and evil. You know, it's showing this and that. Whereas there are other works, you know, you're not sure, and you're given more space to create your own meaning, to figure it out. You know, this was more hard. This is what it is, and this is what I interpreted.
I don't know. I mean, on second thought, though, when you look at the sort of protest stuff, I hardly think it was their intention to project that as something that's evil. You know, it is a way of expression. It is quite contextual, and it's a way of reacting to an environment, an external environment. Whereas the cleansing then is something that's quite internalized and personal.
Very much for me, at least, looking at art is not about what the artist wants to say, but what I'm reading into it. And if the artist doesn't allow enough scope for me to do that, or enough area for me to do that, then I find it to be a less successful work.
I think that it is successful in that it's accessible.
I actually don't have an issue with their criticism. I think they were on par with everything they said. They touched on the positive and the negative. I mean, we are first-timers to the medium, and their criticism proved that. I think we can definitely learn from what they had to say. One thing that we really enjoyed was the crew around us, our director, and the other would be the film, the art piece. Given the opportunity to create a work of art, that's always great. I mean, the exposure, all taking that into consideration, you know, that just made things brilliant.
I think it's something that you can only gain from it, and it will definitely be something we'll keep in our archives, and you know, it's a major achievement.
You were saying? When you cut me off, sorry, man.